you know, close this out 2-0. His opponent to the top left in the red is TY. He wants to make it a tie. Pun intended, actually, in that case. And his opponent, of course, player we've already described, is Avenge.
Yeah, I completely let you hang in there because I actually waited for Street Fighter voice. And then I suddenly realized that we don't have that in the second game, so it was my bad, I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. It was like an unintentional joke that came out. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, whoa. I'm setting up jokes like subconsciously now. I've gone to the next level.
Now, I was an autopilot. You were starting about the voice position, and I'm like, hey, Street Fighter voice, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I could see on your face, like, you just interrupted Street Fighter voice, and I'm like, no, there's none, I promise.
No, I was waiting and waiting, nothing happened. I'm like, oh, morning session.
Morning session is different, man. Things are crazy.
Yeah, but now we have Avenge in the lead. And this is the one thing that we mentioned at the beginning. How is Avenge going to cause this upset? Baby, the one player that most people saw winning this series, but now he is down a game.
Last game was just so weird. We had Avenge go for some sort of proxy play, then it was scouted, so we had to cancel and make a Nexus with 2 gases. Then Avenge faced a player who didn't make combat shields for most of the game. Then we had a timing attack at the end of the game that was a little bit off and didn't really make sense. It was really weird. Like, really, really weird.
I also feel that with the spread that Baby had with his units, he could have done more.
Yeah.
If you stim a few of the Marauders in, the Colossi were definitely shielded by the Stalkers, but not to an extent where you can't run in and take a few of them down. Because the Colossi were the crucial part here. He saved 2 of them, the Vikings were gone, and then all the Marines, of course, didn't have a chance anymore. But, I know. It was a little bit, the game was a little bit weird, as you already said, from the beginning.
Yeah, it was just strange. I wonder what Avenge is going to do in this game. He's actually once more taken double gas. 2-2, Naniwa style. And the question becomes now, will he use that for tech? Will he try to actually use the build he was going to do in game number 1? He's up a game, he could do it. This is not as good of a map for some sort of proxy play. I really feel he was going to go for a Void Rays last game, but he could have done one of those weird Immortal pushes we've seen get more popular recently. You know, only time will tell. TY, on the other hand, goes 1 Rax expand. Very standard here, very safe.
I'm really interested in what exactly TY does now, because the first game was just weird from both players, and I'm just trying to find out what exactly he's going to do now. He showed a lot of aggression in game number 1, and this time we have him with a different opening. He goes into the expansion a lot faster, but he's still a player who really likes to put a bit of bio pressure onto his opponent. And Avenge, for him, the last game went okay. There were a couple of moments where we're like, okay, well, I'm not quite sure if that's exactly what he intended from the first place with the pylon that we had in the forward position. But then when he once got into his zone, he just defended very well on 2 bases against the aggression that TY tried to execute. The drops didn't do really a lot of damage. He was always in a position where he had either a few gateway units or even a Colossus popping out to defend against it. And then as soon as +2/+2 hit, he just moved in and took the fight. So here comes the Marine aggression that we talked about.
This is so nice enough by Avenge, though. Yeah, he loses a lot of hit points here, but the key for him was to see the expansion that he saw it. So now he's going to feel really, really good. He's got safe tech at home. But when you have these 2 builders where you have a Robo before your opponent, before you make a Nexus, your opponent has a 1 Rax expand, you might want to go for a Warp Prism drop or go for fast Robotic Scorpion, try to hit timing, because your opponent's economy is really going to pay off more than your tech sometimes.
Yeah. This is a position where TY has the better economy by far. His expansion was already done. He's heading into the orbital now, whereas Avenge just started his own. So he has this tech advantage, and if he is able to achieve something with the tech advantage, then it's going to be worth it. Then he is maybe even able to equalize the economy or the position in the game. But if he now just builds like 1 or 2 more and just waits there,
then TY is going to catch up.
Yeah.
And Avenge could make something work with these Immortals, but on a map of this size, the Immortal choice of an attack is a little bit weird because he's hiding it too. He may do this, but he's going to take so long to walk across the map to hit a timing like this. Stim is already on the way. He's already hit that 3 barracks production.
Has the double mule now. Harvester count is still very similar. A slight lead for Avenge, but TY already with a double SCV production here. And here come the additional gateways now for Avenge, our Protoss player with a 3rd gateway. The Immortal number 2 is there, and he completely stopped to produce probes.
I get this because on this map it's tough to take a third base against Terra and even fourth gate. Even a fourth gateway here, he's going to add mostly sentries now. But if Avenge sees this at all and prepares additional bunkers, which he already has a second one going up right now, it should be fine. And Stim is already more than halfway done.
Yeah. Still no probes. He's completely going to commit this. And the Zanaga Watchtower is controlled by TY, of course. Is another Marine running to the left, though? That's one of the main questions. There is a Marine scouting, but he just doesn't see the pylon.
Yeah, barely not. Stalker comes up here to check. This seems a little bit too predictable, though.
But still, to be honest with you, Wolf, I think he's going to pull through.
Yep.
There is only 2 bunkers.
He doesn't have any additional bunkers. He doesn't have SCVs ready to repair.
If he goes now, Stim won't be done.
If those units chase the Stalker and get out of position, he's just going to get trapped and lose them. Stim is not quite ready. He's supply blocked right now as well. This is very critical.
And here we go. Force fields have to be good. The SCVs are already there. Now it's the time. Now he has to go in. The Marauder is finally taking out.
That one
another
Marauder
3
just
shots.
Yeah, that one Marauder wasted so much time. He's actually almost got the 3rd bunker up now.
And Stim is about to be done. He's waiting. He's just waiting. This is the one reason why he doesn't fight here. He wants to wait for Stim. He's trying to buy himself a few precious seconds. And now Stim is done. 1 bunker is still left. He's trying to get a second one. Still ahead in the Harvesters. Has the Mules.
3rd Immortals here.
Immortals, exactly. And here we go.
He targets it down this time. All 3 Immortals able to fire on the bunker. He takes out the SCVs instead of the bunker now. Now that the bunker is gone, he can go for the units who are trapped here by really good force fields. And you know what? With another round of units, I think Avenge may be able to pull through. There's just not that much DPS. Even with Stim, he has to pull the SCVs. Needs good force fields, and so far they're great.
Here we go. And a few zealots that he just moved in are moving back. Well done here, using the force field to a maximum. And now he can do so much damage here already. If he just focuses down all those supply depots, this will further supply block TY. And he is desperately trying to get a few units into the game. He is still using the SCVs as shield. He's with his back to the wall. He's already down the game.
His economy is hurt so bad he can't produce as much as Avenge can. The medevacs here are really helping out, but it's too little too late. And it looks like this is going to end it. Avenge, the StarTale player here, the underdog, looks like he is going to eliminate Baby, one of our seeds into Code S, completely out of the GSL.
Yeah, and Baby not winning a single map if Avenge really pulls through here. And he's trying, he's forcing the natural already off, lifting back into the main base. That's what TY does. And all those supply depots gone. He's down to 37 supply, gets 69.
A 20 Harvester lead as well in favor of Avenge, who has now a second base completely saturated. He's adding his gases. I mean, TY, the only thing he's got is his medevacs. He could go for a drop, but it's going to be easily defended.
Avenge is going back into the pro production now. He was running this entire thing on 2 bases with 30. Now he's up to 33. He has the double pro production.
Way
he
too much
is still
DPS.
executing in that, pressure. So much DPS, and there is
GG, and Avenge does it, 2-0. Game number 1 was a little bit weird, but man, Avenge with the Velma haircut, he does it.
Yeah.
That's all I can describe that haircut. It's like a Velma haircut, man. That's what he's got the glasses, he's got the colors, it's a Velma haircut.
But do you see what I mean? I mean, the glasses and then the eyes.
Yeah, I absolutely know what you mean.
It's very interesting. But yeah, the mouse is I think, not the same, by the way. Coming back to your original question.
Yeah, I looked at it a little bit more closely, and so we settled the haircut, the face, the mouse. We've done it.
Exactly.
Avenge.
Okay.
He's going around 2 of Code A, and TY, one of, again, the favorites. We had a lot of favorites gone.
Yeah. I did not expect TY to go out. We talked about this before the best of 3 started, and he was one of those players from the Casper players that has done well in the past. We have seen him in Code S, and now I kind of expected him to pull through into the second round. So seeing him gone leaves us with very interesting results today. The first 2 Casper players that played, they won their games. The CJ Entos doing really, really well here, but then TY not able to take down Avenge. Avenge advancing to the second round. And with Hero and Yu-Gi-Oh, we kind of saw what we expected. The main question here was, would Hero be nervous? Would Yu-Gi-Oh be able to get into his head? It was actually exactly the opposite.
Absolutely. You know, very straight up series saying that they were all 2-0s, but, you know, not exactly what we expected. Here's the evening session. We have Jadong, for example, playing tonight, so don't miss that. Huck is also playing, just another notable player. We've got Yoda and Tyr at the bottom, and of course the players at the top I haven't mentioned yet are Younghwa and Reality. I feel like the player in this group that is kind of a weird guy that's in there is Lure. You know, he was able to requalify again. This guy has not done too much yet in his individual league career. He's been a good team league player. Can he take out Jadong? I don't know, man. It's going to be pretty tough.
I actually love to see Lure again. Wasn't it the last game that we, one of the last games that we casted of Inca, Lure against Inca? No.
Lure versus Inca.
Wasn't it Lure versus Inca? What was that? I actually don't even remember. It wasn't Tomb Valley. It was this really weird PvP that we saw. You can come back to me later. We can talk about it as soon as he's on that. So, yeah. For now, I think we're done, and I actually have to move. I have to go back and fix my door
let's
now.
get out of here, man. Let's go fix your door.
I have to sleep, at your place.
Yeah, I guess so, man. It's either you fix your door or you're going to crash my place tonight.
Yeah.
See you guys in the evening session. It's going to be in 3 hours. Tell everyone about it. Good night. Good evening. Good afternoon.
I'm walking in circles, avoiding life, trying to deny